So that, I mean, that's a very unique insight that you bring in. So it's not just about you or your job and your mindset. For a successful professional, you also need a great mentor. Okay, and I'm sure, you know, so and especially now that you're based in Hong Kong, which itself is a very cosmopolitan kind of a culture, and also it's a hub for a lot of global business. Now, I'm sure among the assignments that you work, you have a choice for picking the right person for your clients. Now, how do you, what advice would you give to a job seeker to qualify for a global role? I mean, how do they stand out among the other people? Any ideas or tips that you can give?
Well, I think first and foremost, you have to have the specific job requirement qualifications. I do get applications from people sent from other countries that said, "This is my friend Joe. He really would love to live in Hong Kong." Well, we already have 8 million people who love living here. That is not necessarily the only qualification you need to come and live here. Mm-hmm. So you do need to ensure that your professional credentials are matching to the role. This is very important. What I'm seeking for is people who are open-minded and interested in learning, really, because the skills required on the job are ever changing. And especially in this world, I mean, whilst I've been running factories in my career, nowadays, if I enter a factory floor, I would be, very cautious to touch any switches because, things have changed so much.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And they keep changing. For someone who wants to take a career outside their own country, they have to understand that there may be hardship. Right. There may be, some things that they can't find in that country, food-wise or culture-wise. And what we also need to consider is the entire family, because when you're moving a candidate, you're not moving just one person, you're moving their family and their family history. Exactly. And so I see my role also to be an advisor to the candidate, to say that, okay, if you want to go to this country and you have 2 young children, be aware there is no international school in this particular location. So it may be difficult for the family, or you may have to consider that, your wife and your kids may have to stay in your own country. Or, we find a solution where we say, yes, this is a good place for you, and it is definitely a better opportunity than what you currently have, and then we move forward. So I feel responsible not just for the client and to deliver the right person to their doorstep, but also to the candidate, because if they go somewhere and they find out it's not as promised and it's not like they expected, then they will be unhappy and they may not stay. So I think managing expectations and managing expectations realistically is a very important part. And I would advise anyone who is offered an opportunity to work in a different country to at least negotiate a trip there and stay for a week or 2 to explore before they sign a contract.